Hey everybody, how's it going? Marcos Villegas for Fight Up TV, powered by stagefront.vip, being joined here with Frank Warren in Saudi Arabia, where your man Tyson Fury taking on Francis Ngannou. Man, you know what? This fight, like I've had this weird voice in my head saying that, yeah, I know Fury 100 times or 99 to 100 times should win this fight because he's the superior boxer, but Francis can hit, man, and I don't know, I just keep thinking like it's cliche, but if he connects, something crazy could happen.
That's a good analogy, because at the end of the day, he ain't going to outbox Tyson. No. He can't do that. He comes from the UFC, and I'm never sort of really been into watching a lot of UFC. Great the promotion that, but I've never actually studied or looked at the athletes involved. And I've looked at a lot of his fights now. And the one thing he can do, he can punch. He's a big, big puncher. He's in the Guinness Book of Records as the most powerful punching athlete. And when you look at him in there, how they fight, they're pretty square on the guys. They come at you. They're basically trying to get you on the floor, anything, they're kicking and whatever. So it's difficult to look at that and think, how does, whether he can fight or not. He at his age is not going to become a great boxer, but he's a dangerous, dangerous puncher. So what do you do if you're him? You say to yourself, right, you know what I've got to do? I've got to get on top of this guy straight away. I've got to put it on him. I've got to close him down. I can't give him any room. I've got to just let my shots go. That's what I've got to do. So the obvious thing is, you say, Tyson being a boxer, you think he's going to be up on his toes, he'll be behind his jab and working. But Tyson's last few fights,
he's walked him down.
He's just stood there and
he's big maddened him.
But it's like a, not bravado, because he's a brave guy, but it's like, I'll have it with you. You're Deontay Wilder, you're the hardest punching heavyweight in the last 40, 50 years. Let's see. Let's have a shootout. And I think that's what's going to happen here. And I think Tyson will I think it's going to be exciting whilst it lies. And I think that's where we're going to go with it. Tyson has everything to lose, including losing, losing.
He would lose to a guy in his debut who's not a boxer.
Imagine. And remember, that's happened in the past. Things like, I know they're boxers, but I've seen upsets like that in history. This fella Ngannou has zero to lose, because him over there, him, me, everybody thinks, what can he do? How can he do it? So he's got nothing to lose. So what's he going to do? You're going to wind him up and let him go, and just put it on him and just let those shots.
It's like throwing shit to the fan and seeing what's happening.
Let him go. Go and let those shots go. You're not going to go out there and start getting into jabbing and slipping and sliding. He's going to have to go out there and let his shots go.
We'll see what happens with that. Frank, I got a lot of things I want to touch on you with, but a big issue in the U.S. is Showtime leaving boxing. You have a lot of perspective. What do you make of that? Is that bad for the sport overall?
It's bad for the sport. We need as many outlets as we can have, and it's very sad to see that happen. I'm disappointed that it's happened for boxing and for fighters, because obviously it gives them a platform to show what they're all about. And and I'll go back over the years with Jay Larkin when he was vice president there. He was a real good friend of mine before he passed away quite a few years ago. But we did a lot of shows together. The Nassim Hamid days, Joe Kawasaki, Ricky Hatton, all those fights were on there, and we built those British guys on that card, and we did the very first Showbox dates with them as well. So there's a lot of history there as far as Britain's concerned, with their fighters, and getting exposure in America, which was fabulous. And to lose that outlet now is just a sad day for boxing.
Man, yeah, it is. A lot of fans are disappointed, but also kind of worried, like, hey, what's going to be the status of the sport overall? I think fans think it's a bad thing, but when you look at it, how do you see the landscape now in the U.S. with them exiting?
Well, it doesn't help, but then look, when I started out in sport, ITV, which is a terrestrial channel, BBC, they were huge audiences for boxing. Sky came along, and eventually they dipped out of it. They came at it, but boxing's really thriving in the UK, really thriving. There's about 5 outlets that show the sport, which is fabulous for us.
So why is it thriving there and not in the US like that?
I don't know. I mean, I'm not being disrespectful. I don't think they're what you because I'm old, I can say, look back about old style promoting. They're not old style promoters out there. They're guys, there's some great events. I mean, look at Crawford recently, done a fabulous job. But, bringing guys through, blood in them and so forth, I don't see, it's just not happening. And you need the audience to catch that audience, to bring the guys through, to follow them on their journey. And maybe that's not been happening. Bob does a tremendous job on ESPN. They got some great fighters on there, and he's built some great fighters over the years.
This Usyk fight looming over this, that's another big thing that's at risk here if something crazy happens. But, given that it's still a go if he's good, no injuries, no cuts, December 23rd. I saw a thing that Usyk wants like 3.5 months to prepare for Tyson.
I don't know about that. All I know is that Tyson has only had one. This will be his first fight in the last 11 months, year. And he wants to fight again before the end of the year. But that will all be determined by the outcome of the fight on Saturday.
And we will see, or do you think we will see, or it's not accurate at all, a Wilder and Joshua on that undercard?
No, that's not. I can't see that at the moment. I just can't see it happening. I can't see that happening.
All right, I know I'm getting pulled here. Frank, hey. Yeah, same here. No, I'll have more time with you as well. Yeah. Frank Warren, appreciate it, man. Good seeing you out here. Marcos Vegas, Fight Up TV.